The Public and Private Development Center, an NGO, has described the consideration of compressed natural gas as an alternative to petrol by the federal government as a welcome development considering the price difference. Mr. Shitu Jibril, the Chief Executive Officer of the center, gave this view in an interview with the News Agency of Nigeria in Abuja. NAN reports that compressed natural gas is the cleanest burning fuel operating today and brings about less vehicle maintenance and longer engine life. Jibril commended the federal government for the efforts so far and called for faster implementation of the alternatives to cushion the effect of subsidy removal on the citizens.
The compressed natural gas, which provides an opportunity for us to have an alternative. So compressed natural gas should cost maybe about 100 naira for the equivalent of a liter, as at the time the premium motor spirit was costing about 150. So if we account for inflation, we're talking about costs of not more than 160, 170 compared to 500, depending on where you are in Nigeria. So it's a genius, but what we've also seen is that the alternatives need to be implemented in a much faster manner. What am I saying? When you consider other countries, for instance, Egypt is only able to convert 50,000 to 75,000 of their vehicles. Nigeria has 4.5 million vehicles. So Egypt is only able to convert 50 to 75,000 of their vehicles per year to be using, compressed natural gas. Nigeria, we've already set up the infrastructure through NIPCO, and we have some of the gas stations that are already producing gas. But for conversion, there is the question of how will the average Nigerian be able to afford it. So things like credit facilities with long-term repayment rates, 7 to 10 years, things like alternative transport mechanisms, the bus mass transit, things like healthcare. So you have to also address the cost points. For instance, when we talk about the minimum wage, we're talking about increasing the minimum wage, but we're not also looking at what are the cost points for the average Nigerian. The average Nigerian is facing inflation of almost 24%, is facing a consumer price index of almost 25%, and with food prices set to increase. So the average Nigerian also spends 7 naira out of every 10 naira on out-of-pocket expense for healthcare. We need to ensure that access to credit for the average Nigerian is made available so that we can engage in businesses and restart the economy so that we can grow as a country.